Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. We are going to be getting started in a couple minutes. We are doing a live code along today, and I promise it'll go better than the last one. We're going to be coding an OCR app today using Django and Mistral, whatever. And basically, it allows us to make PDFs accessible and it can recognize columns and things like that. So that's going to be really fun. I'm excited. I'm going to be showing you how to do the entire thing. Hopefully, we'll get through the entire thing. And yeah, super exciting, everyone. I am going to. Okay, hold on just a second. My phone apparently is like blasting. So hopefully you guys are having a good day. I know some of you guys are going to CSUN, so that's cool. I'm not, unfortunately, but that's okay because I get to stream with you guys. So whatever. Um, Normally, my boss does not let me stream, well, during the day, but you know what? Whatever. It's a Monday and it's just kind of interesting. Nothing really else to do, so why not stream? Let's see. Do we have anybody in the chat? I'm going to be doing the manual chat thing again today because Restream is still not my friend. And thank you, by the way. We just got a new sub. Thank you, thank you. We're at 710 now. I really appreciate it. Excuse me. Good God. I really appreciate 710 subs. Let's try to get up to 800 by the end of the month. Can we do it? Let's do it. Okay. So let's see. Anybody in chat before we get started? I don't think anybody's in chat, but that's okay. We're going to get things rolling. I'm going to, oops, hold on a second. Okay. I have too many things going on at once, which is normal. So thank you, everybody. Let me make sure that I have all the keys and things that I need. We're going to need API keys today. So I'm going to kind of explain what we're going to do. But first, we're going to be using Cursor. As always, Cursor is my tool of choice for these kind of things. And we're going to be using Django because that's practically the best framework that I'm good at. So that's what we're going to be doing. But yeah, if you guys are in chat, say hi. Yeah. All the links are in the description. Always look for TechAppleStock courses. I teach a Python course there, so if you guys want to learn more about Python, check that out. But oh, okay. Michael's making noise in the other room. Okay, so it doesn't seem like you guys are pretty quiet today, but if you guys are here, we can start. I think you guys are here. All right, let's just get started. So I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna not share sound because obviously that caused problems sometimes, and frankly, this is gonna be a live code along, so I'm gonna explain everything I'm doing, and I don't want 5 screen readers in my ear, so that's just that. Okay, so okay, there we go. So I'm gonna do a control, or sorry, Windows R. I'm gonna go to CMD or PowerShell, whatever. I'm gonna go to my documents, and I'm just going to create a Django project from my documents because I can to do it for a virtual environment, create a new folder, but that's just a pain in the butt. So what I'm going to simply do, because I have Django installed globally, is I'm going to do Django, so DJANGO dash admin, start project, all one word. And I'm going to call this perspective web, but you guys can call it whatever the heck you want. Just call it something other than test or loops or, any of the Python reserved keywords. So I'm going to call this perspective web, all one word. I'm going to press enter. Uh-oh. Oh no. Okay. Huh, strange. Okay. So, great. Why is it not able to create a project? That's awesome. Great start. Great start. Great start. Great start. Okay. This is live for you folks. Okay, I'm just gonna do pip. So what happened is it can't find the file specified. Pip install Django, and I guess I didn't have it globally. So that was my fault. Okay. So we're gonna reinstalling Django. Remember that's pip install DJANGO. The D is silent. That always screws people up. So we're going to reinstall Django globally. This was a stupid error on my part. I apologize, but yes, you will get errors like this, especially doing live coding. So right now it's just installing Django. It will take a couple minutes, and what we can actually do, because our terminal is amazing. Oh, this chair is just squeaky. Anyways, we can just press up arrow and be able to hear the previous history, right? So it'll say, you know, Django-admin start project, you name it. Just a minute here. I think somebody's trying to call me on X. Which, not call me, but hold on a second. So I'm checking Mastodon. And if for some reason the YouTube chat's not working for you, if had this problem, you could just contact me on Mastodon or X or whatever social media you favor. Sorry about that, folks. My Mona is being stupid. Hold on a second. Okay, anyways, let's continue. Okay, we're good. Okay, sorry, let me just contact me Mastodon. So the Django is already installed. So I'm gonna press up arrow twice. Enter. It created the project, so I'm gonna go into it. I'm gonna say CD perspective. Perspective web. Okay, so we've created the Django project now. We have all the manage.py, the main.py, all that crap. Well, not main.py. Good grief. The manage.py. So we've already done that. So what we did is Perspective Web is going to be an application. It's actually going to be sold through Techopolis, but we wanted to show you guys how you could create something like this at home, or if you want to pay us to use ours, that's cool too. But we want to show you guys how to do this at home. We're going to use Mistral and we're going to use the OCR models. And so this literally, let me go over to the page so you guys can see what it looks like here. No, I don't have it open. That's awesome. Okay, well here, you know what? Let me quickly look at chats and then I'm going to stop screen sharing for just a few minutes here so I can look at chats. Let's see, any chats? I have a feeling I'm going to be going for a few hours. Because of the whole bits thing tonight, I'm part of blind information technology specialists, and so I have a class at 7. Um, right. So I wanted to make sure I was, here in time. So I know it's during the workday. Many people may not be here. So anyway, let me get the documentation going on here. It was my fault. I think I closed the tab. My bad. Okay. Let me see here. Let me go to some type of Mistral OCR. OCR and document understanding. So this is the documentation. I'm going to start sharing my screen again. Now, why Mistral? Well, it's actually one of the best AI OCRs on the market right now because I'm going to show you what it can do here. Hold on. Actually, that's code samples. We're going to need that in a minute. Well, let's just read about it. Okay, so enables you to extract text and structured content from PDFs. Key features. So it will have text content, but also maintain hierarchy of the document. So a lot of these optical character recognition, or OCR for short, the problem with these things is that they don't extract and keep the document hierarchies. They put things out of order, throw things around, maybe sometimes throw it in the recycle bin. I'm kidding. Well, sometimes it can leave entire parts out of a document, but this will keep the entire structure. Now, disclosure here, I've actually not tried this yet. This is a live reaction, so it could be terrible, but that's okay. Preserve formatting, headers, paragraphs, lists, and tables. Returns results in Markdown. Oh, this is something that people are going to love. Everybody's been loving Markdown. I do too. And so this will return it in Markdown format. And this is amazing for people who like that. You could also use Pandoc to put it in Word if you want to. Handles content. It will even do multi-column and mixed content, so like content within images and text. So it'll basically keep the entire structure. Okay. None of the other OCRs on the market can do this, at least reliably. This could potentially replace Kurzweil 1000 if you use that, or Kurzweil 3000, but it could be for the web. Okay. So that's kind of how this works. And I'll talk about the pricing because the pricing is actually really reasonable. Processing documents at scale with high accuracy. PDF images and uploaded documents. That's good because we're going to be doing PDFs, images, and uploaded documents in the application. It returns the extracted text and metadata structure. OCR. Okay, so this is the documentation for the code. We're going to need this in just a few minutes, so I'm going to keep this handy. What we're going to actually do is feed this into Cursor, and that way it can make this application. Okay, but first we have to make our authentication module. So we've got a few things to do before then. What I'm going to do this time, because last time I did problems, I had issues with Cursor. I'm going to actually take this step by step by step by step. And so I'm not going to put in a huge long prompt. So I'm going to actually do this like step by step by step instead of just throwing in a huge prompt with my generator. So I'm not actually going to use the prompt generator, at least at first. I'm just going to walk you through step by step how you actually do this successfully. And yes, we are going to make this paid through Techopolis, but again, we want to make sure that everybody understands exactly how you, use Django and how you use these kind of projects and how at Techopolis we walk through these kind of projects because that's kind of what some people have been asking us on Mastodon is, what is life like at Techopolis? How do you do these kind of things? And trust me, these are the kind of things I work on a daily basis. So I want to show you guys some insights into how Techopolis does some things here. So I'm going to check chats because I think I have a couple. It's kind of difficult without a bot, but it's okay. Restream and I are at least on a good. We have a good relationship right now, so we're good. I had a little chat with him on X, so yeah. My morning's been spent doing a lot of YouTube stuff, which is cool. I love YouTube. But it's just kind of crazy. I need to refresh my screen. I'm not. Okay. Let me check my chat. Chat. No chats. Okay, good. In this case, honestly, it's okay. Just because we got a lot to do. Not that I'm saying that you guys shouldn't chat, but like, you know, whatever. Doesn't matter. Of course, I want as many chats as possible, but you know, I know that a lot of people are at work or at CSUN, but I'll probably be streaming till at least the end of the workday, probably around 5 or 6. It's gonna be kind of a long stream. Anyway, okay, so I am. Let's see where we're at here. We're at Perspective Web, and I'm going to quickly go through the anatomy of the project, and I mean quickly. If you want to learn more Django, check out takecourses.net. I have a whole practical Python course. And also, if you want a full dedicated Django course from me, please let me know in the comments or in chat or on Mastodon or X or wherever you happen to find my content. And I'm going to consider making a Django course. Okay, so if you want a full deep dive of Django, how to do it, I'm always willing to help. Okay, so I'm going to do start period because I'm on Windows and I'm going to view it in Explorer. So start space period. I'm going to now, so remember in Django, there's perspective web, which is a folder inside of the project that has some information. And then there's the manage.py. And if you remember from previous streams, manage.py is like your control room, right? So this kind of helps you to basically run your Django project. So this, you can think about this as like your team lead, right? Without your manage.py, you can't run your Django project, right? And without a project coordinator or team lead, you can't run a project, right? So even things like perspective web, right? You know, Michael's kind of the team coordinator, and so he kind of gave me what I needed to do, right? Without Michael, I wouldn't know what needed to happen. Okay, so this is kind of the same thing you can think about in Django, is it's kind of your team lead, right? It will help you create the migrations for your database. It helps you run your servers. It is basically your control room. So never delete it. Trust me, I've had students delete it, and don't do it. All right, so that's it. We've managed.py. I'm not going to even touch that file. I go into more depth in the practical Python course, in which, by the way, you should get that now, because if you don't, it's going to be paid. So get it while it's hot, because when it's done running, it will be paid, but you can get it for free now. So take courses.net. Okay, so we're going to go into perspective web. So remember, we have the init.py, so init, line.py underscore whatever you call it. ASGI.py. This is the async something or other for web servers. We're not going to talk about that today. We may, but that's not really part of this video. And this is the settings. This is where you control the settings for your project. These include like your applications, your template directories, even things like static file for CSS and other things. URLs, this is where all the URL routes go for each of the apps. So recall in Django, there's certain things called apps. And what these are is they're like components of your app. So, well, that made no sense. Components of your project. So think about, for example, you have your home app, right? That has your home page. Then you have users that has your user page or your user authentication. So it's literally modularized. So let's say I wanted to drop my users app from another project into this one. I could do that. I'm not going to though, because I want to show you guys every step. But that's a time-saving measure that I typically use. Okay. And then WSGI.py. Okay, so this is the main anatomy of a Django setup. Not very big yet because we haven't done anything. But as we do more things, it will get bigger. Okay, so I'm going to quickly get out of this. I'm going to check for chats and then we'll move on to our next stop. We'll open it in Cursor and we'll start coding. But if you guys are in chat, say hi. If you're in the comments later on, say hi. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, tell all your friends, tell everybody you know. Let's get this up to 1,000 subscribers. Because remember, if you do, we'll have a giveaway of one of my courses. And I'm just telling you, they're amazing. So don't miss out. Okay. All right. So like I said, if you're in chat, say hi. I want to know who's around. And like I said, I'm going to continue coding. We're going to open it in Cursor, but I'm just making sure that I'm not missing any messages. I don't think I am. Let's see. Nope, no chats. Okay. Let's get started. So we're going to do this opening cursor. I'm going to do code period, or you could do cursor period or whatever suits your fancy. I'm going to shut up my NVDA because it keeps going cray cray. NVDA is a screen reader that I use because I'm legally blind. So if you guys don't know me, I'm legally blind and I use a screen reader because that's how I code being blind. Okay, I'm going to do Control I, maybe. Oh, I guess it didn't open. Oh, it opened, but it didn't focus. Okay, here we go. Control I. Okay, here we go. So let's do this now. I'm going to say our first step, build a users app. This helps with account need email Reggie. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this by email, not username, because that way it's easier. We don't really need a username field. So in Django, you can actually specify the default, like override the custom user model. Because remember in Django, it's very opinionated, which is great. But there's things that you can make it do that are even better, right? Having it say email, so say like email and password. Okay. So we're going to do that. I'm just going to have that instructions. And then I'm also going to say like for styling, create, let's see. Man, my screen reader is really slow today. I'm going to need to restart it, I think. Hold on a second. Restarting the screen reader. Maybe my screen reader wants to be at CSUN. I don't know. Okay. Let's see. Uh, what was I typing? App should styled like, and I'll show you this in a minute too. You can literally type in a website, Techopolis, left run. I'm literally giving it a site to style it after. Oops. Well, you know what? Actually, this too. Here. Okay. So let me review. We have our first step to build the app is users app. This helps with account registration, email, password. Of course, I did misspelling because I was typing too fast. Woo. Okay, so we're gonna do for registration, add full name, no username, auth should, let me fix that. App should be styled like techopolis.online or techopolis.courses. Use the same colors and create the base template. Okay, there. So that's what we're gonna do, is press enter twice. Now I lost focus of my composer. Gosh dang it. So now manage.py startup users, that's correct. I'm gonna go ahead and say run command. This will create this app for users. Okay, it succeeded. So now I'm gonna press E. Okay. Now let's create the necessary files for the user authentication system. Okay, so it's also going to create the custom user model because remember, in Django, we have to create the custom user model because by default, the fields are username and password. But what we have to do is actually replace username with email. So we have to customize the Django user model. So I'm going to actually show you the code once it's done so that way you guys understand how the code works. So let's see. Accept login URL equals state login. So it's creating the URL configuration and routing. Accept all. Path on manage.py make migration. So if you recall, this will help you make the migrations to apply to make your database. And remember, by default, Django uses SQLite, not Postgres. Excuse me. Okay, so Python manage.py migrate. Login form using email into the username. And I gave it very clear, kind of clear. I didn't say like what framework to use to style it. I just would hope that it would actually style it, right? So that's kind of how you do that. I'm just waiting for it to actually complete here. And then, okay, so it did it. Would you let me to make any changes? Background color, ECF. I think that's fine. Login at slash login slash. Okay, so I'm going to test this a minute. Remember the way we test it is I'm going to go to my external terminal. I'm going to do Python manage.py run, oops, run server. Excuse me, I'm getting a call. Let me sort that. Well, gotta love spam calls. Thought I put it on do not disturb, but I guess I didn't. Okay, so it seems to be running properly. We're gonna do localhost. Oops. That's right, because it said it was gonna be at slash login. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna quickly check chats and then we will sort this out. So let's see if I can check chats. All right, we got no chats, which is fine. Um, Let me put myself on do not disturb real quick. Thought I did that, but turn on do not disturb.
Okay. Do not disturb is now.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to basically, because right now it says URL not found. So what I'm gonna say is actually make this. I'm just gonna make it the URL, the root URL. So they will register login right away. So that's kind of how that's gonna go. Okay, so now I'll modify the URL. Okay, so it's just gonna modify the URL to make that work for me. The changes look fine. I'm gonna save and then I'm gonna refresh. I think I need to refresh anyway. Aha. Wow, this does not look horrible, folks. If you guys are in chat, let me know how this looks visually. I don't think this looks horrible. I really don't, but again, I'm pretty blind, so I'd have to use my CSS extension. Good grief. Talking apparently is not my strong suit today. So let's see if it works. But before we do, I need to, let's see. So we register, log in. Don't have an account, register. Okay, I like this. Okay, I think it looks pretty good. It's centered, and I think it looks good. Okay, so now I'm gonna register. Now, the other thing too is that Django has an admin dashboard, and what this allows you to do is like, view things in the admin. I'm going to not make a super user, is what it's called. You can do Python manage.py create super user, all one word. I'm just gonna act like I can register through this system. So I'm just gonna make up some values here. Taylor at test. Taylor art password test. Yeah. Yeah, so we just registered. Again, normally you want to have forgot password and all that jazz. But since this is just a very, very simple demonstration, I didn't figure that I would go through all that time to do all that. Now, this is basically the login and register. So we got one part of this done. We have it so that you can be able to log in and register. Let me log out and see if that works. You're successfully logged in. Okay. So your email, Taylor. So honestly, what will happen is when they log in, they will go to a dashboard. So we're gonna actually work on that app next. Okay, and the dashboard will have all their PDFs and their statuses and things. I'm gonna log out. Uh-oh, this page isn't working. So what that means is the logout's broken. Let's test that out real quick. Now the best way to do this is I'm gonna copy the output of the terminal. Not open my email. That was stupid of me. I'm just going to open Cursor. The login. Oh, let's see. This is the login out isn't working. It says the site is not working. Okay, so we're going to see the issue, the login or logout issue, because we need to handle both get and post requests for the login functionality. Okay, so it's going to fix that. What I always recommend is test, 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 right? That way you can catch these things early on, okay? That way they're not haunting you down the line later. And always modularize your code. Very, very important, okay? Accept all. This should resolve the method not allowed. So let me refresh the screen here. Localhost. Oh, wow, it even changed some things here. What did it do here? Let me see. Oh, nice. It has like this. Are you sure you want to log out? Yes, I do. All right, so we fixed our login and our log out. So let me try to log in and see if that works. That way I know that this feature is working. Okay, because that's really important. I got to make sure one feature works first and then move on to the next one. Very important, right? I've bitten many times when things just don't work out very well. Okay, so we're gonna do Taylor. Home. You're successfully logged in. Okay, so I can verify that this feature is working. This feature is working great. All right. So that is the login and logout feature. Pretty simple. But at least now we verified that this works. So we will deal with this later. And we just have a logout button. Okay, we don't want to log out yet. But I'm just saying we verified that this will work. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop chat for just a minute. I'm not stop chat. At least we got one thing done. Okay, no more chat messages, I don't think. All right, I don't think we have any chats. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to work on the dashboard. So basically this will have all the statuses of, how their PDFs are doing. Okay, so say like processing, in progress, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so we're going to actually work on this and we're going to have it create a new app called Dashboard. Okay, and then after that, we're going to get into the actual processing of PDFs and uploading them and all that jazz. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to go to models.py. Now make the dashboard app. This app allows user to see statuses. I should just say documents. Please. So it should redirect to dashboard. Okay, pretty simple. That way it doesn't redirect to home, it redirects to dashboard. So cursor is going to be making this for us. All right, so let's create Python manage.py start app dashboard. Pretty simple. Okay. First, let's create a model for document. Okay, fine. Probably a good idea. Seems like plan here. Just gonna make a just gonna make a template. Okay. Seems like a good idea. Let's create the document details template. Okay. This might be a little bit more details than I wanted, but it's okay. We can sort it out a little bit. But at least we're getting somewhere. Okay, now we're going to install the dashboard app. Remember, because we have to install it in settings in order for it to be active. And then we're going to, let's see, we're going to run Python manage.py make migrations, and then we're going to say for app dashboard. Whoops, I screwed that up. Okay, run command. All right, so it seemed to succeed. And we're going to have to do this other thing. We're going to have to do Python manage.py migrate. Okay. Remember, there's always two steps to Django migrations. Okay, so then I've created the dashboard app with the following features: document management, upload documents with title and description. Okay, this may not be everything I want, but it's all right. We can deal with it later. So I'm just going to refresh. Um, okay. I'm not sure where the dashboard is at the moment. Where is the dashboard? I don't see it. So I said, where's the dashboard? Add it to menu. So I just did that. And then we're going to have it add to the menu. Okay, pretty simple. I'll add base template. Okay, just forgot. Cool. Added to dashboard link appears when the user's login. Accept. Okay, so let's check it out and then we'll check chats. 8,000. Oh boy. Okay, so it added a whole bunch more things that I bargained for. Sometimes Cursor does this, or even Claude. So this is okay. This is fine. We can deal with this. I think anyway. So we have dashboard, upload document, document, dashboard. Oh dear. So it'll say heading level 5, your documents. We don't like headings out of order. Remember, so accessibility is key. Sometimes AI does not make accessible code because it will say heading level 5. In accessibility, you want headings to be logical. You do not want headings to be illogical. So heading level 2. Okay, so we need to say H2 to H5. Don't like it. Don't like it. So again, we can deal with this. This is a little bit more than we asked, but that's okay. I mean, they'll really help us when we do the Mistral PDF stuff, which we're honestly getting close to be honest with you. So, okay. We may have time to deploy it depending on how well it goes. Accept. Um, the headings, by the way, proper. We'll see about that. Yay. This is your documents, no documents uploaded. Okay, so this seems fine. It seems like we have, proper headings. Again, we always want to fix that early. So, I mean, it looks like we're good to go on that front. So now we're kind of getting to the nitty gritty of this point, right? We've created our dashboard, we've created the database, logging in, logging out, registering. Now it's really time to do the Mistral PDF stuff. So Mistral, remember, it's the AI company and they created this OCR. It's $1 for 1,000 pages. Oh, I guess they reverse that. 1,000 pages for $1. And that's really cheap, honestly, because like textbooks, some of those are only 1,000 pages, right? So you could make a textbook accessible for $1. So I think for universities, this is going to be key. I know I've got many friends who work at different universities, and this is going to be amazingly cool. Okay, so I'm excited about this, and what we're going to do, because Cursor probably does not know about this, I've got some documentation, and I'm going to put this in Cursor. I'm going to say, hey, at web, so I'm going to have it search the web, figure out how to use this, and then, make it work so that it'll use Mistral API. Okay, what we're going to probably have to do is get an API key, so I'm going to have to figure that out, but that won't be too difficult. But remember, you want to keep your API key secretive. So, use a secrets manager or other things like that. So that might be something we're going to deal with. But honestly, actually, you know what? Heroku has a secrets manager, I think, because we do use Heroku for deployment in Secopolis. So I may show you how to do Heroku, maybe. Just depends. So let's see. I'm going to quickly check chat. But so far we're doing pretty good for time, honestly. Whoops. Okay. We're doing pretty good for chat, or not chat, but for no chat messages. Again, don't be shy, folks. If you're here, say hi. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this. I want to hear from you guys. And yeah, I'm going to check again because I've heard that there's chats and I'm not getting them. So let me just check real quick. Nope. Okay, we're good. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to close this window. OCR document understanding. So I'm literally going to copy this. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm going to copy this and I'm going to say, okay. Okay. So I'm going to do, let's see, Control I, at web. Oops. Please. So in PDFs uploaded to images. Yeah, same thing. And the cool thing about this, like I said, it comes out in Markdown. So this is really cool because then you could potentially make this into an EPUB book or you can do whatever you want. So I just did at web, because it doesn't know about this. So I just had it search that page. So it's searching it. Thank you. It was doing Tesseract or something. I'm like, don't do that. Use the Mistral. So we're just going to modify our dashboard app to do that. We're not going to create another app. We don't need to. So really, we're only going to have users and dashboard, I think, for this stream. I'm not stream, sorry. For this project. It just depends on what we decide we're going to do. Pip install Mistral. Okay, fine. So we're going to install Mistral Pillow Python Magic. Whatever the heck that is. I don't know. I'm just kind of trusting Cursor, which is probably not a good thing, but whatever. Okay, is it installing something? Cool. Did it fail? Maybe not. So we're basically just trying to make the code to do the Mistral OCR. So basically when I upload a PDF, it will, make it more accessible, right? And this is amazing because like there's a lot of things out there that are not accessible. So you can imagine the opportunities. And apparently it can do image descriptions. I'm not exactly sure how that will work. That'll be interesting to find out. All right, but I'm not going to get ahead of myself. If we have a lot of time, I may figure out, well, maybe I won't. I don't know. I'm going too fast, but it's my life. I want to make things work. So we're going to basically have some settings so the media files will be configured as /media on the server, and we'll have like a retention policy. Oops. Probably store this in an S3 bucket in Heroku. I don't know. I haven't decided that. Itemize.pymate migrations. Yes, we need to do that anyway. So let's just do it now. Oh, it failed. Sucks. Why? I hate that noise where it fails. Drives me off a wall. Why it fail? I don't know. Not sure. I don't know why it failed. Just give it a minute. It's there's a lot to this, so I'm just trying to get this working. Python migrations. It's still failing. Interesting. Okay, so let me figure out what's going on. I'm not really getting. Oh wait. No module name Mistral I chat completions. Right. Okay. Well, let's fix the import in the services.py. I don't really have an API key yet. I'll have to generate one. But I'll do that probably on break. We'll probably take like a 5-10 minute break in the next 3 or 4 minutes. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Oh yeah. Did it work? Okay, so I just said command succeeded. Amazing. I've implemented OCR function for PDFs and images using images API. Okay. File type detection handles errors gracefully. That's always a plus, isn't it? Right. I guess my question will be next. How well it will do like making the PDF accessible? I guess if you put it into Markdown, you convert it. It might be interesting. OCR status section to document details. Shows processing status with spinners. Displays extracted text when available. That's always helpful so that they can, oh, you know what? They can get a web preview of it. This would be very helpful for me, honestly, I think. Shows error messages if OCR fails. OCR processing happens in a background thread. Always important when you're making sure that things work properly here. Users can continue using the application when processing. That's always good. Status updates are reflected in real time. User functionality. Set your Mistral AI API key. Good grief. AI and API kind of blend together and say AI AIP. I don't know. They kind of all blend together. So let's see. Um, upload a PDF with images. Detect the file type. Start OCR. Update the status. Show the extracted text. The OCR will be part of pending initial state processing. Completed. Rejected. Okay, this seems good. I'm gonna test it. I can't really do anything yet because I don't have an API key. Um, let's see. Oops, I guess I went to chat by accident. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly go to dashboard. Oh, we got a nice little error here for us. I'm just gonna copy and paste the terminal output. The server's not running properly for some reason. Oh, no module named Pillow. Pill. Oh, I guess it's different. Pillows for images for people's information. Not sure what pill means. I'll help you fix the errors. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me try this again. No, okay, it still failed. Okay. I probably should have made a virtual environment, but let me see if I need to or not. I was being lazy, which is never good. Lazy programmers don't work, but I know I just didn't want to do it. That might just bit me in the butt right now. Okay. Now let's update the services.py. Okay, so we're gonna fix this up, like I said, but that way before we get on break, we can fix it up and make it work. All right. So accept. Python manage.py run server. I'm going to do that in my external terminal if you guys remember. So run server. Fail. Let me figure out. Whoop, let me do. So hold on a second. Crap. Oh boy. Okay, so I've got errors again. This time I'm going to have it do at web. So at web, remember, we'll search the web and cursor. So module not found, no module named pill. Gosh. All right, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on with this thing real quick. Come on, cursor. Show me what I need to do, please. Hmm. Based on the error in the search result, we need to properly install pill. Okay. Now let's install pillow using pip. Okay. Now let's. I apologize for the syntax error. Oh, right. Lovely. Great. Now that failed. Okay, that might have succeeded. Now let's try running the server. Okay, so try to install pillow. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna make cursor make a virtual environment for me. But Nope. Okay. Nope. We're gonna make a virtual environment because it's better anyway. So make a virtual end for me. That way we don't make any. I just really mistyped that. That way we don't make any mistakes and have any dependency conflicts because that's the last thing we need right now is dependency conflicts. All right. So I'll help you create the setup virtual. Yeah, be better. Run command. Okay. So it's gonna run command. Well, run the requirements. Mm, okay, so I'm just gonna activate it in my terminal now. Oops, I'm mistyping like crazy. env oops. Scripts. Wait a minute. dir/b. Oh, ve. Wait a minute. Python. I really know. Oh crap. Okay, let me figure out what's going on. Probably don't have a file or something. I knew something was gonna go wrong, but not this. Oh, couldn't import Django. Oh, wait. Hold on a minute. Right. Pip install. Pip install Django. Gosh, I always forget. Derp. Right. Yeah, that's great, Taylor. So we're gonna install Django and then I'm gonna look at chats. If you guys enjoy this, like I said, comment, share, subscribe, tell your friends. Let's get to that 1,000 subs. And yeah, I'm really enjoying this. Like I said, I hope you guys are too. Hopefully you're learning a thing or two, how to use cursor, how to do everything like that. So Python, manage.py, server. Whoop, okay. It's a run server, not run. We got an exception. Let's figure out what's wrong this time. Let's see. Um, hmm. Something's going on in my environment here. Pillow is being a pain in the butt. Okay. All right. So let's try to do this again and see if it works. Nope. Okay. I'm gonna do CLS. That way it clears it out for everybody. What the heck is wrong with this terminal? Uh, oh, I got install requests. That's really helpful. Gosh, okay, fine. Yeah, we're gonna get this eventually. Um, cool. Hey, you know what? I was just manually pip, oops, 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 pip requests. I like to use a lot of notepads so I can take notes about what's going on, how do I fix it in the future. I just have to do pip install requests. Okay, pretty simple. Pip install requests is a HTTP request library. All right, I should have known that that was. Is this installing? Hold on a minute. I'm gonna make sure that this install request. Okay, pip. No, Python. Okay. We have an exception again, so I'm going to figure out what's going on. Pip install manage.py run server. Okay. Exception in thread Django, whatever. I don't know what's going on. Okay, no module name Mistral. Okay, so we gotta install the Mistral module. Pip. I'm not sure if Cursor knows how to do this, so I'm gonna do that real quick. Pip install. Could not find a version that, oh, great. I'm gonna check chat real fast. While this thing is figuring it. Whoops. I'm pressing too many things. Okay, so let me check to see if. Okay, I don't think I have any chats. Again, if you guys are here, say hi. You know, t talk amongst yourselves. And also, okay, right, right. Okay, so I gotta figure out this Mistral issue. I'm not exactly sure what's wrong with it, to be honest with you, but I'm gonna fix it. Now let's install the correct package. Mistral clients. Okay, whatever, I guess. That's right. I've installed Mistral AI. Decrease. Now let's update the service. Is.py to use the correct inputs. Okay, so accept, and then we're gonna run the server. I'm gonna save it one more time. Go to my terminal. I'm going to go out of here. Pip. No, I'm sorry. Python. Run server. Oh no, not another exception. Shucks. Okay, what's wrong now? Let me open up Notepad, figure out what this is. Shucks. Okay. What I might have to do, I might shoot. Like search the web. Fix this right now. See the Mistral AI client has been updated and the import structure changed. Oh boy. Okay, so we need to update our code to use the new import structure. Okay, fine. That's why we search the web, folks. Okay, and sometimes code, does go wrong. And that's why having a great understanding of coding really helps. Okay? Because you need to understand how to troubleshoot. Very, very important. Except manage that Pi run server. We're not going to do that right now. Okay, so we're not going to do that right now. We're just going to, I don't want to run server with the, please don't accept, please no, 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 no. Yay! No issues. Woot! Okay, sorry, I get too excited. Woot. Okay, so right now, all we need to do is we need to upload our API, test it. But honestly, we've gotten a lot done so far in our time together. And I'm going to take a break, maybe about 10 to 15 minutes, get my API key, do all that fun jazz, get a drink. And again, while I'm taking a break, go share it with your friends. And yeah, it's going to be a great time. You make sure that this works. Oh, this looked great too. Let me know if you guys look at it and tell me how it looked visually, because I'm really curious. But anyway, I'm going to go take a little bit of a break, go share this with your friends, and let's try to see if we can get more people. All right, I'm off break, and what we did last time, I shouldn't say last time, I'm sorry, before the break, I got the dashboard to work, and it should be working with the API service. I inputted my Mistral API key, and it was pretty simple. Remember, the price is 1,000 per dollar. You just, hold on a second, let's see, I'm trying to get, okay, I'm just getting out of here. And I'm going to obviously get rid of my API key, so you guys, if you see it for some stupid reason, you won't be able to use all my money. Sorry. I know you guys may have that intention. Well, I'm kidding. I don't think you guys are hackers. But like I said, if you guys have any chat messages, we're gonna actually test it out now. I'm gonna share my screen again, and we're gonna test it out. We're gonna see how it works, and we're gonna see if it works. That would be awesome. And we're gonna try out some pretty complicated PDFs. Okay, so we're gonna do it. So no chat messages, okay? So let me share the screen and let's test it out. So here's what it looks like. I don't know if it works or not, so we're gonna try it. File, no file required. Let's see. After one.pdf, this is pretty inaccessible. Title, I don't really care about title and description. I may end up getting rid of those fields, but again, this is just a test. Document upload successfully. OCR processing has started. Oh my gosh, this works the first try. You know how elated I'm gonna be? Pending review. Okay, this isn't horrible, folks. This is not horrible. Obviously, because we're gonna be charging for this at some point, we're gonna have it where you have a Stripe field and then you'll pay for it. But this isn't horrible. Okay, so this is not horrible at all. Pending review. Um, why does it keep saying pending? What, can we get it to processing? We're doing something wrong. Hold on, let me check. Oh, see, it even has all the details, okay? Upload date, March 10th. Oh, it's completed. Oh, I don't have the ability to directly access files. What? Um, hold on. What? Okay, I'm not sure what happened here. That didn't really work that well. Okay, so it didn't OCR it, which is fascinating. Okay, so that didn't work very well. For some stupid reason, it said basically something about Google Drive or something. Not exactly sure what happened. Let me sort this out. Text will be saved. Hmm. Okay, so Interesting. Huh. Okay. Um, okay. So I'm going to figure out what happened here. So it did not do what I wanted it to do at all. Like actually get the PDF text. But this is a start. At least it attempted. Like I thought it was gonna fail or something. So this is a start, but it's still not great. And I'm hoping this will work. That would suck. Well, wait. What do you mean? Hold on. What's going on here? I'm not sure what's happening. I don't like what it's doing. Okay, I'm not sure. Um. Okay, so. Hmm. I may have to read the documentation again. Shoot. That is not what I want to avoid that. Shoot. Okay, let me. What? Hold on, let me stop sharing screen share real quick so I can sort this out. Because it downloaded downloaded the original terrible PDF that I had. I'm wondering if Mistral can actually do this. Crud. Well, um, yeah, I don't know. Hold on a minute. Let me sort this out. I'm gonna read this documentation real quick. Get OCR results. Here, you know what? I'm gonna pass the link. I'm wondering if it didn't get the results correctly because something seems off. I don't like what it's doing. I don't like this at all. It seems like it's off. Like it tries to do it, but it seems like it's off. Okay, so it's okay. But the fact that we got this close on the first try, not horrible. Okay? I wouldn't say that's terrible. You know, at least it works. Kind of. Not really. But, at least it works. At least it works. I don't want to run. I'm going to rerun the server a minute. Because, yeah, it's not great, but at least it works. No issues. Data camp AI fine tuning. Back to dashboard. Upload new. Upload. Oh, for heaven's sake. No file selected. Upload. Document upload successfully. OCR processing. All right, let's see if this works. Okay. I mean, it looks all right. Right? I mean, it looks like, if I can get this to work at least, that would be amazing. Um, the public pending review. View. Pending review. And it even says who it's uploaded by. So if you've got like a team workspace, it'll be great. You could, see who it's uploaded by. I made that on purpose there. March 10th. Uh-oh. Rejected. Output file has no, oh boy. Okay, so we got an error. Awesome. So let me, cool. Cool. Okay. So we're going to now at web fix this error. We don't want that. So, I mean, we're getting there. Like I said, I didn't fully do it, but I don't have as many problems now. I feel like it's going to be all right. We just got to get it working. So, let me see here. I see the issue, the file issue response, not have a URL response. Instead, we need to use a file ID response. Okay, so accept. Oh, yeah, we got an error with cursor. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. File ID directly. Okay, so let me look at this. This is kind of strange. And retrieval process is part of the documentation. Right. But if I can get this to work, which I think I can. Accept. Accept again. Okay, so we're gonna try to rerun the server one more time. We're gonna fix it. Run server. Watching for file state. Okay, fine. You know what I'm gonna add is, let's say it failed. I'm just gonna say redo. Actually, I'm gonna add that right now. So if it failed, I'm just gonna say rerun. Let me do that real quick. So if it failed, make a rerun button. That way it's easier for us. You know what I mean? Pretty simple. All right, so cursor is making that like that way it's gonna be easier for us. But I mean, overall, once this works, it'll be great. But I mean, I have some pretty complicated PDFs on my hard drive, so we'll try it with all of the ones I have. I'm not sure how it's gonna do with forms. I want to try that too. Yeah, I think I have an IRS form on my hard drive somewhere. Somewhere. Not sure exactly where I put it, but it's somewhere in here. Accept. Okay. So I'm gonna wait for this to work. If you guys are joining me, we're making this PDF thingy. Um, document detail HTML. Except this will help us a lot. That way we'll save time. And it'll be great for the customers because ultimately this is going to be a paid product. So we'll basically make sure like if it didn't, of course with a Stripe, like if it didn't succeed, we will not charge them because that would be unethical. All right, so I'm going to rerun the server. Rerun. Yep, cool. I'm going to rerun. Well, refresh rather. Rerun OCR. Oh, I got an integrity error. Okay, cool. Copy your cursor. Cursor. Ah, shoot, integrity error. Fun times ahead. But hey, at least we're working on this. Um, except I'm not gonna run server. I remember I do that for my terminal only. Just something I do. I'm gonna refresh. So remember I just click rerun and then it says pending. That way, again, I could just hit rerun if it fails. Right? Makes sense. Okay. So, oh, loading ellipsis. This is good news for us, folks. Loading, 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 loading. Yay, 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 yay. Okay. So let me see what's going on here. It's still, I think it's OCR right now. Yay. Okay. So it's really cool. I think we'll be able to get this working. Yeah, I think we'll be able to get this working. I'm gonna pray to the higher power. Let me check chat. I haven't checked chat in a while. I'll probably have tons of chat messages. Let me check it real quick. I'm not sure how long this will take, so great chat break. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Please subscribe, tell your friends. Let's see. Hold on a minute. So we are doing perspective web stuff here, and it's very exciting. Okay, no more chats. I thought I had a lot more chats, but I'm good. Okay. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. It'd be awesome. Okay, so we have testing. It's still loading. We're getting there, folks. I should probably make it so that if it's still processing, you can't download the document. That probably will be common sense. Processing. Although, yeah, this is really cool. I'm not sure. This is about 40 pages, so I probably should have used something smaller, but sometimes I just go on the risky side. But yeah, yeah, I'm pretty excited. Let me check X because apparently I had a message. So just 1 second. But it's exciting. Woo! My rear cap fell off or flew off rather. That was an epic. That was very epic. Processing. I honestly think this could work. I'm not sure though. Probably should have done something smaller, but whatever. It's what I had on hand. Let me check my X. Oops. Okay. X. All right, let's check to see how our Mistral thing is going. Processing, loading, oh my gosh, this is like making me go crazy. I hate waiting. I probably should add some kind of progress indicator. Yeah, meh. I'll probably have a whole laundry list by the time I'm done waiting for this to go. What I'll probably have is download original document and download process document or something. Because that way people could download their old PDF for some stupid reason if they need to. I don't know why, but in case they lost it somewhere. Processing, processing, processing. Oh my goodness, this is driving me nuts. I'm sorry. I'm very impatient. I just want to see it work. I just probably should have tried it with one page PDF or something, but it's okay. At least I know it'll work. And man, having this crap in Markdown is amazing. Markdown's cool. I'm so excited. Is this gonna work? Please work, please work. I mean, there's a couple other things I gotta do to it, but this will be a good prototype, and you guys could be able to try it. I might add Stripe tonight or today. We'll see. Might deploy it. That'll be awesome. Michael will probably love it. Loading. I'm gonna refresh. Maybe it'll complete. Oh no. And Marshall. Uh-oh. Okay, so I'm gonna fix this. I probably shouldn't have. Shoot. Okay, so we got a long error. I'm gonna say, shoot. Hey, it was close, but not close enough. Okay. See that we need to fix the document type and structure too. Okay, fine. It's fine. Okay. And see, the good thing is we can be able to use this in addition to use this for like screenshots or other things. Okay, so that's something that we can do, and maybe eventually I'll have like a chat bot. I don't know. Who knows? Return false. Is cursor gonna fail me right now? I think cursor's failing me. Did you fix the errors? Did you fix it? Okay, we need to handle this more differently. Let me update the services.py to update the PDF. Except. Okay, so I guess it fixed it. Let me just. Like I said, if you guys are here, share this with your friends. Let's get the word out. Rerun OCR. Okay, that's a nice feature. Pending review. I probably should Let's see. Eventually, this will also have email sending, so it'll send the email saying, "Hey, your document's available. Would you like to download it?" So that's something that we'll do. Pending review. Okay. I kind of want to start with a big document because if it can do this big document, it can do other things, right? You know, my logic. Probably not the most smartest thing to do, but that's okay. Because, like I said, this is what I have on my computer. So, although I think I have my college orientation schedule on my computer, which is random, but I can always use that. But I figured, might as well just do this instead. Might as well do that instead. All right, pending review. Come on. All right, let's process now, folks. Thing. Okay, come on. Give me what I want. Oh, you know what? It still says pending review and parts of it say processing. I'm gonna have to fix that status thing. Thing. Loading. Dot dot dot. Like I said, there's a couple things I gotta fix, but overall, this is pretty nice. Mhm. Rejected. Okay. No text extracted. There's a lot of text in there. Um, there's a lot of text. What? I may need to find a smaller file. Here, you know what? I think I have a sample PDF somewhere. Let me find a smaller one. I think that's what I need right now. Here, you know what? I found another file here. There we go. Okay, maybe that'll be better. Oh dear, no text extracted. Okay, so this is definitely an issue. Um, At web. Okay, so we gotta do pre-processing steps. What's going on here? I don't know. Woo, let's fix this. Accept. All right, so we're gonna rerun the server. Hopefully it works properly. I really hope so. Okay, Python manage a Python server. I'm gonna refresh the page. Uh-oh. Oh, great. Okay, let me do a see. Oops, hold on. Manage a Python server. Let's fix the exception. Good job, cursor. Okay. So, oh, no module name CV2. Got it. Okay, so I'm not exactly sure what this does. I think today's not search results. We fixed the. Okay, so we got to use OpenCV, which cool. Except now my audio is going crackle, crackle, pop. And this is pop, pop, pop. Now that we're in the development package, let's install the OpenCV package. OpenCV, I think, deals with the image. I don't know. Okay. Is it installing? Please tell me it is. I don't know. It's being really slow. Okay, phew. Right, OpenCV has been successfully installed in your virtual environment. Cool. All right. Please work. Praying that you work. No issues for now. We'll see how long that lasts. I'm slightly optimistic, to be honest with you. All right. That's fine. Oops, now I'm getting issues. Hold on a minute. And my screen reader crashed. Good grief. I do not need this. Okay. I need to refresh my NVDA because sometimes it goes crazy. Good. I do not need this. Hold on. Let me just refresh. I can't keep up on me some days. NVDA, go, 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 go. Anyway, okay, so we're gonna test this again, and hopefully this will work. I really want to at least get a working prototype so you guys can see it. Worst comes to worst, I'll have to show you in the model playground. But let me close Discord. Rerun OCR. Very helpful. Processing, loading, whatever the heck you're calling yourself. So yeah, the reload at OCR is pretty helpful, in my opinion. Okay. So it's taking a little bit longer, which is it's pretty good. Let's just hope it actually can finish the job. It's got a job, it's got to complete the job, you know? It can't just be slacking. All right, so I'm going to check chat in just a minute. I'm going to make sure that this is working. Like I said, I've never tried this myself before. So it's a kind of, I like to do these projects figuratively or literally blind, right? Where I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing coming into it. But that's why we have AI tools. This is called live coding for a reason. Loading, ellipsis, ellipsis, ellipsis. This is a pretty complicated, um, you know, well, I don't know. I think it's like one page. Shouldn't be, but it's probably pretty complicated to be honest with you. Um, hmm. Let me refresh the page, see what happens. No text extracted. I'm wondering if I need to just let it run. I guess maybe it just shoot. You know what? Let me look at the console. I guess I just don't know what it's gonna do, so I'm kind of torn. Hmm. I don't know what is gonna happen. Honestly, I don't know what it's gonna do. Maybe extracted. Honestly, it probably will just sit here. Probably. It still says processing, so I'm gonna stop screen sharing for a minute. So, oops. And let me check chat. What does chat have to say? Okay, chat. Martin, just joined. Are we not supposed to hear your screen reader? No, you're not supposed to hear it. I mean, maybe I you're not supposed to hear it because, like I said, I'm not doing the TTS because it's causing problems, and I want to make sure this is not annoying for people, and I'm trying to explain everything I'm doing. So, thank you, Martin, for joining, but no TTS. I apologize about that, but just what I got to do here. Um, so yeah, that's that. We're trying to get Mistral to work at the moment. It's acting kind of like a fool. But you should not hear TTS unless I accidentally turn it on, which I could have. It's not out of the question completely, but I don't know. Let me make sure. Now you might have heard my screen reader because I had like my iPhone nearby. So it's still loading. I'm not exactly sure what it's doing. So sorry I had to read chats manually, but thank you everybody for joining. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We're doing this Mistral AI coding application thingy, and we're using OCR, and I'm trying to get Mistral to work. Loading ellipsis. What is happening? Because it says processing, but when I press, like when I refresh, it automatically says there's no text. So I guess I just have to wait. I don't want to wait too long. $20.49. Oh dear. So that's like, let's see. And this is really only a one-page document. I'm not sure what's happening. Okay, so it's I'm not exactly sure what's happening. Let me look at this real quick. I can refresh the page, but I'm hesitant to do that. Maybe I'll have to though. I'm not sure what's happening. Let me cursor. Let's see. I just updated the cursor. Not updated cursor, but I'm just trying to get the Mistral AI to work. This does not seem to be doing anything, honestly. It just seems to be sticking in there. Let me refresh the page. Probably gonna fail. So it's interesting. No text extract from PDF. Okay, so when I refresh the page, okay, so I'm just gonna do at web. So no text extracted. Strange. And this is like a one-page PDF. So I'm not sure what's going on. This should not be horrible. First, let's check to see if we're getting any API at all. Implement additional PDF pre-processing steps. Okay, fine. We can do that. Strange. You know what? I'm just gonna log everything. Why not? Why not? I'm just gonna log everything. Might help later. Might not. I don't know. I don't like to log everything because it seems like mm, and I like to like log debug with print statements, but sometimes I just have to do that because this is an API and it's pretty new also. Okay, so I guess cursor's done with what it's doing. I'm logging everything. Um, so let me just refresh server. Mm, Django version 5 point whatever. Okay, so I refresh the server. And now I'm going to try to reload. Remember, we got that done. Rerun OCR. So what I'm going to try to have happen is that anytime that there's something going on, it will log it. Okay, so that's what I'm going to try to do, but I'm not exactly sure if I'll be able to do that. Okay, because this is a pretty new thing. Okay, it's pretty new. So that's why, like I said, I like these live coding videos because I don't even know what's going to happen. Okay, so processing, loading, dot, dot, dot. Let me look at the logs. I'm just going to say, let's see, let me go back. I'm going to do at web, enter. I'm going to say, please look, documentation, log, everything and anything, the process. So it said, please log anything and everything so I can see the process. Remember, we're using cursor exclusively right now. And I'm not exactly sure what's going on. I think this might be on the Mistral side. Okay, so look at the document, log everything and log anything. So log everything and anything. So come on, let's go. The complete guide for log. Yeah, let's just log everything because that way I'm just easier. I knew something would fall flat, honestly. Let's update the CSS. Yeah, I'm not logging. I'm gonna wait for it to stop, accept. Mm, Okay, so let's see. So stop, accept. Now let's update the OCR service for Cursor being really slow today. Okay, so right now I'm just trying to accept changes. And then wants to run Python manage.py run server. Remember, if you know me by now, you know I don't run them in Cursor because that can cause problems. I usually like to run my terminals, my servers externally, but I'm going to press Control S. I'm going to do, there we go. So Control C to interrupt. Okay, so let me look at this real quick. March 10th, 24th. Okay. Django version 5.17 using, yeah, using, okay. 3,000, oh, 8,000, duh. I don't know what I'm thinking. Okay, so there's nothing there. It looks good. There's no, issues. I'm going to reload the server or the website. I'm going to rerun OCR. Processing, loading, ellipsis. All right, let me check the commands, the logs. Might I just paste this in Notepad because that's what I do. Because 80 equals. Very helpful. No text was extracted. Oh, so it's not getting any text. Boy, okay, why aren't you getting any text? Okay, hold on. So what's gonna happen is it's gonna keep like trying to go and it's not gonna complete, I don't think. This seems really, really weird. I may need to test it in like the Mistral platform. But I should be able to get this to work. Just still waiting for it to try to extract the PDF. I don't know what's wrong with this. Let me check it out. I don't know why you're being stupid. Let me look at it. First, I'm gonna check chat though. Let me see what chat has to say. I'm sorry if people are upset about the TTS. YouTube is just kind of cracking down on that, so I gotta be careful. Okay, so you're just gonna have to. Sorry, I just don't have anything else to say. Mm, okay, hold on. Okay, so yes, no other chat message. If you guys are here, welcome, and please subscribe to my channel. Okay, 2 people watching. Okay, so 3 people. Okay, again, if you guys are here, welcome, welcome. Please subscribe. If you are not, subscribe, like, comment, share, tell your friend. Right now, we're trying to debug one of the most irritating issues that is haunting me, which is the fact that the Mistral AI API is not processing my document. Not sure why, but it's kind of getting annoying, and I'm tired of it. So I'm gonna figure out exactly what's going on. I enabled strict logging, so I'm gonna share my screen again so you guys can see what's up. What's up? Mm, Okay, so I'm gonna share my sound. So, oops. I swear, because like it just says loading document. How long is this actually going to take? Because like I'm not getting anything on the front end. This is strange. Okay. I mean, I guess I could just let it go, but I don't know what it's going to do, right? Yeah, it's not doing anything. Let me do this. Let me just say add. You know, I'm not going to do the rerun because I'm just going to start from scratch. Add more logging to the front end. I'm going to track the errors. Except, all right, so I just did some logging. Cursor to that. Now I'm going to refresh. Oh, okay. So here's what we have here. So error OCR failed, no text. Okay, so let me try this again. So we're just gonna upload a whole new document. We're gonna say test to file. We're gonna say, what do I have? You know what? We'll just try this image PDF. Maybe that'll work better. Okay, fine. Let's do a sample test scanned. OCR processing. Oh boy. OCR processing has been restarted. OCR processing has been restarted. So we got a lot of logging, which is great. We'll have to remove that later. Because we don't want all the end users seeing the logs. Okay, so seems like, hmm, seems like no text extracted from PDFs. Well, why is that? Seems strange. Why? Let's see. Let me look at it again. Okay, we're gonna get this sorted out. It's fine. But once we do, like I said, we'll remove the logs. Make it better again. Um, but honestly, this is like the last step, right? We did everything else pretty successfully. And to provide more details, I'll enhance the enhance. Okay, so so more details logging. I mean, we already have a lot of logs, is what I don't understand. I mean, unless I've tried it with scanned PDFs, I've tried it with regular PDFs. Hmm, let me see. I'm gonna quickly stop sharing my screen a minute. I need to look at the documentation because this is when maybe I need to take over from Cursor slightly. I'm not gonna get out of Cursor's control, but I'm going to say, hey, look, you need to fix your crap here. Okay, so I'm gonna slightly fix this. And sorry, I don't have my screen open. I'm just trying to share documentation. Okay, and welcome everybody who's watching. Let me check my chats before I do anything because apparently we have some chats. Maybe. Nope. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to here, let me all right, so I have the documentation again. Okay, so here's the deal. Let's get this sorted out. Let's so I'm gonna go back. Okay. And I'm gonna say at web. This is really annoying, by the way. I don't like this one bit. One bit. It's basically not letting me do anything. So we're gonna fix this. I'm hoping soon. Based on the Mistral documentation, I'll help fix the issues you're fixing. Okay, so services up high. So what is the problem though? I think it's that I don't know. Let me check it out. Specifications, update this. Cursor is still generating the details. If you guys haven't watched my stream yesterday, you guys should because I talk about all how to use cursor. Logger.debug, Pilpa. I don't know what is going on, but we're gonna sort it out hopefully soon. I don't really have a backup. Well, I have a backup plan, but it's not ideal. Okay, so better error handling, proper document URL format. Okay, so we're gonna refresh. We're gonna try it again. I'm gonna rerun OCR again. Oh, the document is currently being processing depending on file size and complexity. So we added that. So that's fine. And then okay, this is pretty good, actually. I like the enhanced logging. And it has the log, which is good in case people have issues. Oh boy. Whoa. Um, okay, now it finished, but holy macro. I'm not sure what this all is. This is gibberish. Oh, wait. This might be gibberish, folks. I mean, it finished, but let me check to see what the sample scan document even is. You know what? I can just download the document. I think this might be gibberish. Hold on a minute. Hold on. This might be gibberish. You know what? It might not be gibberish. It might not be gibberish. Actually, it might have done it. Okay, you know what? Let's try with something else. This might have actually worked, folks. And if it worked, I'm gonna be ecstatic. Yeah. Okay, let's try something else. We need to have it upload document dashboard. Yeah, I think it might have did it, folks. Let's. I'm gonna rerun. So remember, and it has like the rerun button. This is really cool because if it fails, it can rerun it. I think this might have worked. And if it did, the next thing we got to do is render the markdown, get rid of all the logs. I might not get rid of the troubleshooting guide in case like it fails, but I'm gonna see what it does. Documents currently processing. It may take a few minutes because of complexity, but this is really exciting. Okay. It worked, y'all. Yes. Okay, so here's the deal. This is a wow, I talked too fast. Okay, this is a physics textbook, if I can even say that word right. And this is syllabus I found online when I was testing. And I had this already prearranged. So look at this, and it was completely inaccessible before. Look at this. Peer Markdown. I know people love Markdown. This is amazing. Of students. You see how good this is? Like, do you understand how great this is now? Like, we got it working, folks. This is a working version of the OCR thing, right? So this works. I got a few things I want to do. I want to remove the logs. I want to render the markdown. I want to have a way for people to download the Word version, use Pandoc. Look, this works. Class schedule. Wow, and it even has all the tables. It kept all the columns. This is amazing. I'm gonna make sure I don't say any bad words, but guys, we got this working. We got this working. We got this working. We got this working. And I mean, like it has the class schedules and it has all this stuff. So, oh, it even has the math. Wow, okay. How's it gonna handle this? Okay, so it worked. Okay, so what we're gonna do is this worked. I'm so stinking excited. I'm gonna check chat. We're gonna take a minor break, not really a break, but just kind of a break. We're gonna finish this thing up, and then we're gonna show you guys how it's done. Okay, so let me take a quick, not break, let me take chat. But we got this working, y'all. It's done. Not done, but it is, wow, we have 5 people watching. Guys, this is pretty remarkable. I mean, it was a little kind of crazy earlier, but we got it sorted. Okay? We have 6 people watching. If you guys are not subscribed to the channel, if you haven't told a friend, you guys need to tell a friend because if you do, we can get a free course that I teach. And if you are sick of hearing my voice, well, I'm sorry. And if you win the prize, but trust me, my courses are top notch and you'll be able to be on the Techopolis courses platform. Okay, so this is amazing. And if you guys are here, please, 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 please chat. I want to know who's around. And what do you guys think about this OCR? Do you like it? I'm gonna share my screen viewer for like maybe a couple minutes when it's done so you can understand how the document rendered. And then I'm going to show you one of my awful, awful, awful documents that I have. And I might even figure out a way to do picture descriptions with AI. So stick around. This might be a long stream. I might be going right up to like 5 or 6. But trust me, this is going to be worth it. We might use the Gemini API for document for live streams. Not live streams. I'm talking way too fast. This is when I get too excited. For what you call these things? I don't know. Yeah, for the image descriptions. That way it'll actually describe the image, like if it's a chart or a graph. Stick around. Like I said, this is going to be absolutely amazing. This is going to be the best solution for your OCR needs. I mean, especially if you're a student and you've got like a textbook, you can't beat $1 or $2. Okay, I'm just saying you cannot beat that. Okay, I mean, and it will even retain math too. So like all your math type stuff, not math, good grief. All your equations will even become accessible. So if you have a braille display, you cannot beat this. Okay? Like this is amazing. So please chat, tell me who's here. Let's keep going. And please subscribe. Okay, please do that. Okay, so what we're gonna do is see. Okay, like I said, please tell me who's here. So we're gonna continue. We're gonna say I like the OCR. Now it works. I like the OCR. Remove the logging. We don't need the logging. Okay, let's get rid of it. We don't need it because it'll cause confusion for users. And then the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna render this stuff, and we're gonna render it through Markdown. And then I want to find like a textbook online. Okay, so if you have one, put a link in chat. Well, maybe you can't. But I want to find a textbook online and I want to do a conversion, right? It only cost me $1. Okay. So I mean it's so cheap. But see what I want to do is be able to use a Google Gemini API because that's free. You can't beat $0. Let me find my root beer. I probably finished it. You can't beat $0. Okay, folks? If you're a student, if you're a broke college student and you need to get your stuff accessible and you don't want to wait for the disability office, hint, hint, they probably won't be able to get it done in time for a class, use this solution. I'm even trying to figure out a way so it can be a Daisy book. Okay? But Markdown is amazing. Oh, here's my root beer. You guys need to check this out. I mean, I'm telling you, like, and you can even use our application too if you don't want to deal with API stuff, right? And you'll be able to pay for it. Use our application, Perspective Web. Okay, I'm telling you, this is amazing. I'm super happy. Okay, so let's see. I'm trying to remove the logging, make sure my root beer doesn't explode. What do you guys think about this solution so far? Do you like it? Is it awful? What do you think? Let me know. Um, okay. Okay, so I removed the logs. Let me refresh the server. Let me actually, yeah. Wow, this is amazing. And it even retained another language. So it had a whole other language stuff in here too. So this is pretty amazing. Sorry. I gotta get rid of all this stuff here too. So, but this is cool. I'm super excited I got this working. All right, and you guys should be too because you'll be able to use this. Okay. So right now it just says remove the logs. We don't need them, which is true. We are now at the point where we don't need the logs. Because we want to make sure it's smooth for users. What we'll be able to do is download the Word version. So we'll have a download Word version. I'll try to make an EPUB as well. I'm not sure if that's going to happen or not, but I'm going to try. Okay, I'm going to try. Um, yeah, I'm going to try. And then we're going to try it with our big 33-page PDF. Okay, and we're going to see how that goes. And then, yeah, I'm curious because I think this is gonna work great. I just need to figure that out. Okay. But let me accept the changes. The template just shows now the essential information. Okay, so let me go refresh. But I hope you guys are having a great Monday. Honestly, please. Gosh dang it. For sure. This is really cool. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And it's really fast too. It's really, really fast. Okay, so I'm really excited. And you'll be able to export it in different formats. I may show the Stripe part of this, but I don't want to show all of our credit card information. Okay, but I'm telling you that this is amazing. Except, if you guys are here for the first time, welcome. I'm Taylor Art. I'm a live streamer primarily. I do some videos when I feel like it, but I talk about tech, AI, everything. I even talk about sometimes my blindness. Sometimes I don't. Just depends. And I just talk about whatever. It's my life. So if you guys like that, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends, and I hope you guys enjoy the stream. You know, I do a lot of coding, so if you like coding, that is a bonus. Okay. The interface is now cleaner without the processing log. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. I was going too fast. Okay, so let me refresh. Let me get rid of the server and refresh that again because I still see the processing logs. I still see it a little bit. Oh, you know, I see document preview. Okay, so you know what? Let me dictate how I want it to show up. Oops. I'm doing things too fast. Okay, so they said, you know, make it work. So download the EPUB, PDF, Word. Yeah, I want multiple different formats for the people, right? And this is what's cool about Markdown. You know, I want to be able to have it work like this. Okay. So that's kind of what I want, honestly. I really want this to work. So let's see. 19 files changed. Okay. Let's try it again. Let's see. Let me refresh. Uh-oh. No reverse match for, yep, it means there's no URL pattern. Let me fix that. So I'm just going to say fix this and we'll fix it. Okay. So we're just trying to get everything sorted out. We're going to make it look good. We're going to make it awesome. We're going to make it functional and it's going to work great. So yeah. I mean, we had a little issue with the API stuff, but honestly, at this point, what we're trying to do is we're just trying to get it in the right formats. We may add alternative text. I need to find a PDF with a whole bunch of images in it, or like charts or graphs or thingies like that, but it may come later. I think it might come later. We'll see. I'm not sure. I'll have to ask Michael. Yeah, I'll probably have to ask Michael if I want it out now. But is this pretty accurate? Oh yeah, this is very accurate. I mean, the fact that it converts it to Markdown, puts it in tables, keeps everything the same. I'm gonna have to read it when it gets into Word version, but I have a feeling it'll be pretty good. And better than the PDF version. At least I understood what's going on now. Now we need to install the required packages, pip install pan pip. Okay, so we're gonna install a whole bunch of packages. Okay, so now installing packages, installing packages, installing packages. It's gonna install a whole bunch of packages. I'm gonna check chat in just a minute. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna check chat. Um, Let me check chat. So I'm turning off my screen share so I can check chat. And I hope you guys are enjoying this. I sure am. Um, oh yeah. Okay, no other chats. Cool. Like I said, if you guys are here and you want to talk, awesome. Always happy to chat. Uh, yeah, always happy to chat. Okay, so let me start screen sharing again. Okay, and your screen. Whoops. Okay, so now we're going to, whoops, let me get out of here. Okay, so install the packages. We're going to rerun the server. We just installed like 5 packages, which is insane. Python dash docs. Um, yeah, things like that. No issues. Okay, cool. We're gonna refresh. Document preview. Oh, yay. Download original. Okay, so these preview options, I might get rid of the document preview because it's honestly useless. Um, and I also may get rid of, let's see. I think I want this in columns, but it has like the buttons in blue to download original, download Word. Let me click on this word. Test1.docs. Okay, let me download Markdown, EPUB. Okay, so that seems pretty good. Yeah, but I might get rid of, excuse me. I'm gonna check out the document, the test document, and see how this goes. I'm not sure if it's gonna actually render the Markdown. That'd be amazing. Oh no, this is not. No, it did not render the Markdown. So I think I need to say to the AI that, hey, you need to actually. I may need to re-OCR this. Hold on a minute. Okay, hold on. Let me get rid of the document preview. To make nicer, remove the document preview. We're almost done though. I can see the end in sight. I mean, there's a couple things that I'm gonna have to do off camera just because of the sensitive nature of these. But I mean, it's pretty good, I'd say. Right? It's pretty good. And I mean, the fact of the matter is that, as little as we're paying for this, it's amazing, right? So that's the thing. I think that this is the cheapest solution out there from Mistral, and it's gonna be cool, right? So 19 files plus, yeah, whatever. Okay, let me refresh. Okay, so document actions. I want really two columns. I don't know. I feel like this looks crappy per se. Okay. Word doc. Okay, so let's test it. No, this is not rendering. Okay, so you must. Word. So yeah, this is kind of how we're gonna have it. It'll say like export as, download original. I'm probably gonna fix this, like I said, but this is kind of the start of it. And I'm gonna have it also try to render in the browser so you guys could see it in real time. But I'm just trying to get the document formats to work properly. But hey, at least we have, yeah. And I mean, we can technically make very accessible media using this, which is amazing that we can use accessible media with this. Okay. A lot more, accessible media can be done with this. So we're gonna fix the, like I said, some of this I'm probably gonna have to do off camera because it's, the stripe stuff. Don't want everybody showing our having our API keys. So that might, but we'll see. I'm gonna try to get as much of this done on camera. But at least you guys got a working demo, right? So at least you have a working demo. But I'm gonna at least try to get the Word stuff sorted. I might not get EPUB or others, but I think Word is pretty important. Because I've been going for almost 3 hours, which I don't mind that. Let me check the time actually. Oh yeah, it's almost 3 hours. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. But I was just saying, because I've got other things to do. Um, yeah, I don't mind that at all. But except Pandoc. No, no, no. Modify the code to use pure Python libraries. Okay, good. Please do. Because I can't really install Pandoc and then have to make everybody use your install Pandoc. That's kind of stupid if I'm not being, you know, I have to say it's kind of stupid. So I must be able to use Pandoc, right? And I need to be able to use Pandoc for whatever I need to use Pandoc for. However, I need to make sure that this will also be available on the web. Okay? Very important. That must be available on the web. Except, and again, some of these things that I build, folks, a team usually builds these things, okay? So I basically build things like by myself that teams usually build because we don't have the luxury of having a whole bunch of developers. I'm usually, and that's why sometimes it's kind of exhausting because I'm usually the one that just builds everything. Even it might take a team effort, but I have to build it all. So that's why I use a lot of AI to help me because things would never get done. So yeah. That's why people ask me like, why don't you do this with a team? Because that's not always possible. Okay, so I guess we're gonna do beautiful soup for. Okay. Navigation support. Right. Okay, so we're gonna test the Word version. I may have to. Let's see. Oh, shoot, I have an error. Hold on a minute. Okay, I guess I don't have an error. Oh yeah, okay. Just took a minute. Pending review. I'm also gonna have to update the statuses. I mean, there are some things that I just have to do, right? It's just, making sure that everything works as intended. But at least this gets the job done. Oh yeah, there's definitely some headings and things that need to be sorted out. Um, I may not keep I don't know. We'll see. I'm kind of hesitant. We'll see. There's some things that I still have to sort out. But look at this. It rendered it and put it in Word, and it's navigable with a screen reader. Well, yes, I think it is anyway. I'm still reading through it. Okay, it's very accessible. So we took this thing that was not very accessible. We converted it to an accessible PDF. Well, sorry. We converted it to Markdown, which is great. Markdown's a great format. But then we put it into Word so that everybody can use it. Okay, so this is amazing. Uh-oh, but it did not render the tables. That's not cool. Okay, let's fix that. Let's fix that. I was afraid that was gonna happen. But see, this is why we're doing this now. This is find another library that uses Python. Right, find something that, can render the entire markdown, because that will be really helpful. Okay, so let's see some of these things that, okay, so these are some of the things, let's see. So based on search result, I will improve all these Python markdown with additional markdown extensions. Okay, accept. So once I can say that the Word document's done, then we're going to try it with a much bigger story, and that's with this image with these slides that I have. And then we'll probably call the stream good. Okay, because yeah, I'm trying to get this done before I have stuff later. And yeah, Word document. Uh-oh. Okay, so we got an error. Crap. Tuple object not editable. Fun times. This is why we test, folks. And yes, I care about EPUB and all that stuff later, but honestly, at this point, we just need to get one. right? Word's very universal. But I want everything else later. I mean, and also I want the Gemini thing later too, where we'll be able to use the Gemini API to assign image descriptions in alt text. That will be amazing. And see, I'm using these, I mean, combined together, this will cost you, $1. Can you believe it? Like $1 to make a textbook accessible, or $1 to make a document accessible? Well, I mean, not even that. Okay, if you had, maybe if you had the Bible, it'd be $1. But I don't know. It's just very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, no append. I'm gonna make sure this is still doing there we go. So we fixed the tuple error. Now we need to make sure it renders the entire document. Ooh. Um, so the Newton vectors, yeah, that like math /math, that was just bad characters. So I'm not gonna worry about that because honestly, it's OCR. Okay, it's not gonna be great. Well, it will be great, but it's not perfect. But is it better than the original? Yeah. Look at that. Oh, week 6. But do you see that this is fully accessible because it has headers now? This table, right? It says week 6. You got to read this. Of course, the week numbers, like they have the /math, whatever in LaTeX. Doesn't really matter. But the fact, I'm going to actually share my screen reader for this, but the fact that we're actually able to make this accessible where it has the week, the header, like we basically turn this into a fully accessible document. Okay. And I'm not sure, I don't know if any of my document accessibility people are watching this, but this is amazing. So if I tab, light, reflection, reading assignment, chapters 15 and 18. So I'm going to actually, oops. So I'm going to share my sound for just a minute. Before I do that, though, I'm going to check chat. We still have a little bit to do, but the fact that we got some of this done is pretty amazing. Okay. So let me look at my chat. I'm going to finish this probably at some point this week, but we'll see. Yeah. What do you guys think about it? Okay, let's see chat. What does chat have to say? Nope, no chat messages. Okay, so honestly, we're getting to the point now. I might share it with the screen reader. I might not because if there's nobody here. But basically, we're at the point where it's reading the entire document and it's reading it accessibly. But you know what? Actually, I did say before we go, I'm going to do the slides, my slides. So I'm going to do that real quick and then we'll head out because I need to get ready for class. Okay, so before we do anything, we're going to go to our slides. Dashboard. And again, this may change depending on the requirements of the company. Okay, right? Just know that. Right. But at least this is, like I said, the beginning. And, I'll probably deploy this to Heroku at some point tonight. And I'll let everybody know on X that this is what we built in the live stream. Okay? Or Mastodon, whatever platform you're seeing me on. Like, there's a couple things I gotta fix. But it's all right. There's things that are wrong, but it works. But now we're going to try my slides. And this is where it is really, uh-oh, important. Oh, we don't have the rerun, do we? Oh yeah, because we need to just re-upload it. Okay, fine. Upload. So watch this, folks. We're gonna call this view. Yeah. So it said completed, and then it has markdown. It has all of the stuff that we did mark down, and it has it all accessible. So now we're gonna run it in the Word document. And it's doing a really good job because this other crap was very hard to read. Okay, so, and I may just even have it where it will, automatically put it into a browser and not have the text preview. I'm not sure. I just have to figure out exactly what my users want. But this is amazing. Okay, I'm sorry. So we're gonna Word doc, data camp chapter 1 docs. Because yeah, these slides are a mess. We're gonna click on this and we're gonna read it. So pre-trained, and I can use headings and I can read these links. Okay. So it's very accessible. And I mean, yeah, very accessible. No, the heading levels may not be great, but at least, and that's something I can work on, right? But at least it's there. This is really all going to improve. Okay. So, oh, you know what? Oh, they're all heading level 1. Okay. Wait a minute. Uh-oh, am I not getting everything? Hold on. Oh, you know what? I think it was okay. I think it's fine. Okay, you know what? It's fine. It was just the way it was formatted. But this is really navigable rather than the other crap. Yeah, this is better. This is a lot better. So, I mean, we've basically taken this and we made it a whole hell of a lot better. And, I'm probably going to add images where it will render those and, put those in the document. There's a lot to do with this, but this is a good first step. Short tune, fine tune LMA3. This. It has a table. This table's not great, but at least it works. The tables actually still are there and it just doesn't look like crap. So, this is pretty good, I'd say. George June Ryan. Yeah. Parameters. Of course, I have the Sometimes it repeats things like over and over again. I'm not sure why, but there's these optimizations that I can use, right? But is this acceptable? Oh yeah. Is this the best probably I've seen? Yes. So, I mean, this is really going to end it for today. I'm going to check chats. But I think really, like, this is only the beginning of what we're going to be doing. And I'm probably going to be checking in on this project every so often, say, hey, look what we've done, right? Because that way you guys can see, like, look, we built this together on stream. I'm going to try to do as much of it as I can on stream, like when I do updates to it. But it just all depends on, how things are going to go. So. But this is amazing. It works amazingly well. It has, things in nice, like, Markdown and EPUB. Well, not EPUB yet, but you could still download the Markdown version, the Word version, and all the tables and headings are there. Yes, could the headings be improved? Oh, yeah. But hey, they're there. It's usable. So yeah, I'm gonna check chat, but I hope you guys enjoy this today. I enjoyed this myself, and I will be keeping you guys up to date on how this project keeps going and when it's available for you guys to use. Okay. So, and if you want to do this at home, you have all the links that you can try to do it at home. You have everything that you need at your disposal with the Mistral link, the API documentation. All that should be in the description. If it's not, I will add it. So, yeah. I don't know what to say. But I'm going to check chat one more time. But this is really it. I mean, at least this is a good prototype. There's more I'm going to add, but, we'll see what happens. And I'm going to try to deploy it to Heroku tonight or tomorrow so you guys can look at it. But we'll see. So, yeah, that's stream today. Hope you guys liked it. Like, comment, share, subscribe, tell all your friends. And this was a success, I would say. So have a wonderful day, and we will talk soon.